Early one morning, a large green and brown turtle came out of the sea onto the moist sand of the beach. This mother turtle had been born on this beach many years before and had traveled across the ocean to lay her eggs on this very spot. She walked up the sandy beach, past all the beautifully colored pink, purple, and brown shells that lay on the sand. Slowly, she used her powerful flippers to dig a hole in the sand. And then the large turtle deposited more than 100 soft white eggs into the deep hole. Quickly, she covered the new nest with sand to protect the small creatures within. Since her work was done, the large turtle walked back past the pink, purple, and brown shells that were on the soft sand. She walked down the moist sand at the water's edge and slipped back into the blue-green sea. The beach ranger came and saw the trail in the sand left by the mother turtle. He placed 3 poles around the nest and then hung a string with orange ribbons between the 3 poles. He put up a sign which said, "Sea turtle nest, do not disturb." A few weeks later, when the moon was full and bright, the sand began to shift. Deep in the hole where no one could see, the tiny sea turtles began to use their mouths and hard noses to cut away the soft white eggshells. The strongest turtle was the first to make it out of the egg and to climb to the top of the sandy nest. Up and out he climbed. Then he scurried to the edge of the water and slipped out into the sea on the next gentle wave. One by one, each of the tiny turtles climbed up and out of the sandy nest and scooted down the beach to the warm, bubbly waves. Safe in the deep green water, the turtles began their journey. All but one. Deep in the nest, one tiny turtle was sitting in a soft white shell which had been its home for the last few weeks. Poking a sleepy head out of its soft eggshell, the little turtle's round eyes saw a pile of about 100 empty eggshells, just like his own. The little turtle climbed further out of the eggshell and saw one small flipper-like foot. He was surprised to find that he had 4 of them. The little turtle practiced pulling all 4 of his feet into his shell by tightening his muscles and then loosening them again to release his little paddle feet. The little turtle was happy about how his body worked. He tried pulling all of his feet into his shell at the same time and felt so good that he could do it. In the light of the moon, in the deep nest, the turtle practiced in and out, like a child doing jumping jacks. The little turtle thought about how safe and protected he felt inside his hard outer shell. But when his feet were outside his shell, he felt strong and powerful. The nest was damp, cool, and comfortable, and the little turtle was having fun exploring what his body could do. But the morning sun would soon be slowly rising. With the sun would come seabirds looking for a tasty treat. A turtle would make a nice breakfast for a seagull. Not wanting to be a seagull's breakfast, the sea turtle began to climb out of the sandy nest in order to go into the sea by the light of the moon. As he climbed up and out of the nest, the sand began to shift, and this helped the turtle to get closer to the top of the nest. As the tiny turtle was nearing the top of the nest, the sky was just about to glow with morning sunlight. Almost gone was the moonlight that guides turtles to the sea. The tiny turtle peeked out of the hole in the sand and saw the dim orange light of the rising sun. He saw the backs of many large and small, gray and white birds that were lined up on the shore. The little turtle wondered why they were all facing the water. Other birds were flying overhead. They looked so graceful flying over the white sand. But his instinct told him that the birds meant danger. The small turtle wished that he could fly like a bird and fly over to the sea. He began to think about the other small turtles and how they must have gone into the sea. His inner voice told him that they had followed the light of the moon into the water. "How can I get past the birds to the cool waters of the sea?" he thought. He looked at his strong flippers and hard protective shell and thought and thought. Suddenly, Little Turtle's inner voice told him what he needed to do. "Believe in yourself," the inner voice said. "Believe in yourself." Do you know what he had to do? Yes, he had to believe in himself. He had to use his small but powerful paddle feet to run to the water's edge. And that's just what he did. As he ran across the sand, past the pink, purple, and brown shells, he repeated over and over again, "I believe in myself. I believe in myself." He ran down the wet sand to the water's edge. "I believe in myself." He ran into the bubbly foam and slipped out easily on the next wave. Then he floated off into the blue-green sea.